My dear friends, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Today I'm going to explain some more concepts. Okay. My dear friends, now there are some names. Thumbs up, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Sprite, 7 Up. What are these? My dear friends, what are these?
Different types of drinks. Types.
Very good. Types of drinks. Good. Now, dosa, idli, puri. What are these? These are the types of breakfast. These are the types of drinks. These are the types of breakfast. In the same manner, there are some types in data also. Those are called data types. Data types are types of data. The next concept is data type. To get the knowledge about data types, we have to read from right to left. It is used to explain the type of data. It is used to explain type of data. Now tell me, what is data type? Data type means the type of data. In C language, there are 4 types of data types are there. C supports 4 types of data types are there. Actually, data type is a reserved name. So it is called a keyword. Data type is a reserved name. What is the meaning of reserved name? It is also called as keyword. Keyword is nothing but a name reserved by computer. Microsoft, it is a name reserved for one company. Google, it is also name reserved for one company. You and me cannot use Google or Microsoft for your and my company. They have taken patent rights. So they are reserved those names. In the same manner, reserved names are called as keywords. Data type is a reserved word. Now, how many types of data types are there? 4 types. What are those? I will explain using a table. It is serial number. It is data type. It is size. It is exam. Serial number, data type, size of data type, and it is the example. Right. How many data types are there? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The data types are: one is character, second one is integer, third one is float, fourth one is double. These are the data types available in C. What is character? Character means alphabets. A, B, C, D, and so on, Z. These are the alphabets. Small a to small z, or capital A to capital Z. Capital A, capital B, capital C, and so on, capital Z, these are also alphabets. So these are also called as characters. Whenever you store a character in computer, then it occupies 1 byte of memory. 1 byte of memory. Whenever you store a single character in computer, then it occupies 1 byte memory. Integer means number. Number means 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. These are the numbers. Whenever you store a number in computer, then it occupies 4 bytes memory. 4 bytes memory. Integer occupies 4 bytes. There are so many types of numbers. Integer number, floating point number. Floating point number means between 1 and 2, there are so many numbers. 1.1, 1.12, 1.45. These are the different numbers available in C language. The numbers, those are separated with decimal point. These are called float. The size of float is 4 bytes. Whenever you store a float value in computer memory, then it occupies 4 bytes of memory. These are the example for float. These are the example for double also. Same 1.1, it is also called as double. 1.12, it is also called as double. 1.15, it is also called as double. The size of double is 8 bytes. Here there is a small confusion. 1.1 is float, 1.1 is double. Actually, is it float or double? It should be belong to only one type, no? It should not belong to multiple types. It will create conflict. It will create a confusion. Now, what is exactly float and double? What is the difference between float and double? Right. So, I am finding the result and stored in a variable float. Result equal to 100 by 3. Now, I am going to store the result in double. 100 by 3. What should be the answer here? 100 by 3 is equal to 33.33333 like that. Am I right? Here also, what is the answer? Here also, what is the answer? Same 33.33333 like that. The difference between float and double is, in float, you will have 6 precisions. Float maintains only 6 precisions. Beyond 6, you cannot store. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In general, these are called decimal points, but in computer terminology, technical terminology, these are called precisions. How many precisions float will maintain? 6 precisions. Whereas double will maintain 10 precisions. Up to 10 it will maintain. That is the difference. If you want accurate result, then you can take double. If you don't want accuracy, then you can take float. Sometimes you can take integer also, no problem. So this is the difference between float and double. Now what is the difference? What is the note? Tell me. Float maintains how many precisions? 6 precisions. Whereas double maintains 10 precisions. This is the difference. These are the examples. These are the different data types available in C language. Now, my dear friends, is it clear to you? My dear friends, is it clear to you? If it is clear to you, then
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Note on this. My dear friends, you have to remember 2 things, right? You will pay the fee, then you can learn the C language. No problem at all. Right? Only the thing is, you should not leave the class with doubt. That one you have to remember. With doubt, you should not leave the class. After clearing your doubt, then only you have to leave the class. The one thing you have to remember. One thing, second thing you have to remember is, you need to attend the class daily. We have classes only from Monday to Friday. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we have no classes. So be attend regularly. Second thing, don't hesitate to ask any doubt. These two things you have to remember. Then only you will get C language very well. C is very important programming language. Without learning C, you cannot learn any language. You cannot learn Java, you cannot learn Python, you cannot learn any tool. C is the basic, just like as ABCD. If you don't know A to Z, alphabets you don't know, then you cannot read any word. If you don't know C very well, if you don't know C very well, then you cannot learn Python very well, you cannot learn Java very well. That is the problem. So you should learn Java, C language very clearly. Okay, I am here to clear all of your doubts. So please do one thing. Okay, you have to be regular for the classes and don't hesitate to ask the doubts. Sir, can you again tell about data type? Okay, data type means that types of data available in C. Whenever you go to sweet shop, there are so many sweets, am I right? Laddu, jaggery, there are so many types. Okay, in human being also there are two types, male and female. In the same manner, in data also there are some types. Those are called data types. In C language, there are 4 types of data types. These are called reserved words. These are reserved in computer. These names are reserved. So these are called reserved names, or these are also called as keywords. Keyword is nothing but a reserved name. These are the 4 data types. These are the 4 sizes. These are the 4 examples. Nayak, is it clear now? Note on this. My dear friends, note on this. Nayak, is it clear? Okay, good. Rani, thank you, sir, giving this opportunity. Thank you, Rani. Right. Okay, right. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can chat here. There is a chat box. Using this chat box, you can chat with me. Whenever I am free, then I will read and I will answer your questions. My dear friends, don't waste your time. After completion of writing, please intimate me. They are completed. Now you can go to next topic. Otherwise, your time and my time, both the time will be wasted. Completed. Piyush Kumar. Okay, good. What about others? Sir, can you given the material of these 2 classes? Nayak, I will give the material after completion of free demo classes. 5 demo classes. We have 5 free demo classes. No? On 6th day, I will create a WhatsApp group and I will send this material using that WhatsApp group. No problem. I will share. I will share you. Until that, you no doubt. Okay. Nayak, okay, thank you. Can I go to next topic? Last also completed. What about Nayak? Completed or not? Can I go to next topic? Yes. Okay, right. Now, see, my dear friends, I am going to explain one concept in paintbrush. Suppose I have 3 liters of water bottle. 3-liter water bottle, 3-liter capacity water bottle with 3 liters capacity. Right, there is a water bottle like this. Its capacity is 3 liters. Now, my dear friends, how much of milk can I store in this? In 3-liter water bottle, how much of milk I can store in that water bottle?
3
Three-
liters,
three-
sir.
3 liters or up to 3 liters? What is the correct answer?
3 liters.
Any other answers?
No, sir.
How much milk I can store? Mohammed Saad, tell me.
Any types of liquid, sir.
No. I have only milk. How much of milk I can store in this 3 liters water bottle?
Only 3 liter.
No. Up to 3 liters is the correct answer. Up to 3 liters. You can store 100 ml. Can't you store 100 ml here? Can't you store 100,
Yes.
half liter?
Yes, sir.
Can't you store 1 liter? Up to 3 liters you can store. Am I right? Why? Because the bottle capacity is 3 liters. Then you can store up to 3 liters. Now, I want to store 5 liters. Then what to do? I have 5 liters of water, 5 liters of milk. Then what to do?
Take the 2 water bottles, sir.
Okay, very good. I can take 2 water bottles, but I want to store in single water bottle. Then what? I have to remove this water bottle and I have to get one new, whose capacity is greater than or equal to 5 liters. Am I right? Now I want to change the capacity of this water bottle from 3 liter to 5 liter. That is the thing we have to remember. In the same manner, the size of integer. What is the size of integer? 4 bytes. In 4 bytes of memory, you can store 32,767 to 32,768. You can store the numbers only within this range. Minus 32,767 to plus 32,768. The values in between these two, you can store in 4 bytes of memory. Suppose there is an employee whose salary is 50,000. 50,000 is in this range or it crossed the range.
Cross the range.
Then what to do? We need to change the meaning of this data type. To change the meaning of data type, we have to use modifiers. So you have fixed meaning to integer. Integer is a data type which can store round numbers. The size of integer is 4 bytes. In integer, we can store minus 32,767 to plus 32,768. Only you can store these values. But I need to store 50,000. Then what to do? I have to change the meaning of integer. To change the meaning of integer, I have to use modifiers. So, what is the meaning of modifier? Tell me. Modifier is a reserved word or keyword. Modifier is a reserved name or keyword. So, it is a reserved name or keyword. Why we have to use this? Why you need to use this? It is used to modify the meaning of data types. Meaning of data types. In C language, there are 4 types of modifiers. C supports 4 types of modifiers. What are those? Examples are short, long, signed, unsigned. These 4 are the examples. Suppose I want to convert the integer number. It can store only minus 32,000 to plus 32,000. I want to store 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs numbers. Then what to do? I have to increase the capacity of this integer. Then we have to use long integer. Whenever you use long, the size of integer changed from 4 bytes to 10 bytes. Then you can store very big numbers. So it is long, means you are modifying the meaning of integer. Suppose there are the marks, student marks. The exam will be conducted to 100 marks. Now what should be the maximum marks? 100. What should be the minimum marks? 0. Somebody can get 0. Somebody can get 100 out of 100. To store 0 to 100, integer is not enough, not required. Then you can take short integer, marks. What happens here? The size of integer is 4 bytes now. Whenever you use short, then its size will be changed from 4 bytes to just 1 byte. Here you are saving 3 bytes of memory. Here you are changing the size from 4 bytes to 10 bytes. To increase the size of integer, you have to use long. To decrease the size of integer, you have to use short. Suppose there is a age of a person. Age is minus 5 years. Is it correct age? Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Age equal to minus 10 years. Valid or invalid? Invalid. So age should be always positive. It doesn't have sign. It doesn't have sign. So to store only unsigned integers. So you can create integer variable like this, unsigned. Unsigned, unsigned integer. Age is always positive. Age should not be negative. Means age doesn't have any sign. So it is called unsigned. Suppose temperature of ice. Temperature of ice. It may be minus 5 degrees. Temperature of ice. It may be minus 10 degrees. Am I right? Temperature of ice is always negative. Means these are the signed integers. Signed, S-I-G-N-E-D. Signed integers. Temperature of ice. Temperature of ice. So it allow to change the size of integer from 4 bytes to 10 bytes. It change the size of integer from 4 bytes to 1 byte. Here size will not be changed. Here the size of unsigned, the size of signed, both are same, 4 bytes. But only the thing is, in this you can store only positive numbers. In this you can store only negative numbers. These 4 are the modifiers available in C language. So examples. My dear friends, note on this modifiers topic. My dear friends, after completion of writing, please tell me. Sir, signed and unsigned integers again, please. Okay, sure. See, my dear friends, integer means number. It's pure number. In numbers, there are so many types of numbers. One is a number, two is also a number, 3, 4, 5. These are the numbers. In the same manner, -1 also a number. -2, it is also a number. -3, -4. Suppose if you want to store only positive numbers, these doesn't have sign. Am I right? +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. It doesn't have sign. So it is called as unsigned integers. Age is an unsigned integer. Age is always 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Right? Rate of the product, 10 rupees, 20 rupees. Rate of the product is -10 rupees. Is it correct? -10 rupees. -5 rupees. Is it correct? No. So rate and age both are always unsigned integers. Positive integers. Temperature of ice is always negative. -1 degrees, -5 degrees, -20 degrees. These are called signed integers. If you want to store only negative numbers, then use signed integers. If you want to store only positive numbers, then use unsigned integers. Piyush Kumar, is it clear? Piyush Kumar, is it clear to you? Okay, thank you. Now, can I go to next one? Right. The next thing is it completed? Writing completed. Can I go to next topic? Good. Next topic is variable. So many pupils, job holders will get salary on first. Every month on first, they will get salary. Whenever they get salary, they will buy some groceries. In our kitchen, there are so many boxes will be there. So many containers will be there to store groceries. Am I right? In the same manner, to store the data in computer, we need to create some containers. So to store the data in computer, we need to create a container. Suppose I am going to create containers like this to store the data. These containers are called as variables. So what is a variable? Simple. Variable is nothing but a container used to store the data. That's it. Now tell me, what is a variable, my dear friends? It is a container. Whenever you go to college, you will take water bottle. Whenever you go to college, you will take a college bag. Whenever you go to college, you will take a lunch box. What is the use of water bottle? Why you are taking water bottle to college? My dear friends, react. Why you need to take water bottle to college? To store the water, am I right? Very good. Why you are taking college bag to college? To store the books. In the same manner, to store the data, we require a container that is called variable. So what is the use of this container? It is used to store the data. In a container, we can store only one value. You cannot store multiple values in one container. So it can store only one value at a time. It is just like as chair. In a chair, how many persons can sit at a time? In a chair, only one person can sit at a time. Am I right? In the same manner, in a variable, how many values we can store? Only one value we can store. Only one value we can store in a variable at a time. So suppose it is a variable, it is a variable, it is a variable. These must be identified by a name. Suppose I am going to store roll number 501. I am going to store student name Ravi. I am going to store course name CSC. So here I am going to store roll number. In this container, I am going to store student name. In this container, I am going to store course name. Now we need to name them. What is the name? What name I can store? I can name it. I can name it with roll number. Why? Because it contains roll number. So this container should be named as roll number. This container, it can be called as student name. It can be called as course name. So it is this container can be identified by name, roll number. This container can be identified by name, student name. This container can be identified by name, course name. So every variable must be identified by a specific name. What is the next point? It must be identified by a specific name. Specific name. Right. So variables always created in memory. Memory. Inside the memory. In computer, there is a memory. Inside the memory, variables will be created. It will be created inside the memory. Inside the memory, a variable will be created. Now, why it is calling as variable? Why not box? Why not container? Means it can change its value. It can change its value. Change is also called as variation. So it can change. What is the meaning of change? Variation. Variation. It can change. Means variation. Its value. So it is called variable. It is called variable. It can vary its value. Variation means vary. It can vary its value. So it is called variable. So this is about the variable. Now, how to create the variables? Creation of variables. Creation of variables. It is also called as a declaration. Declaration of variables. How to create a variable? So in this diagram, I created 3 variables. How to create these 3 variables? I am going to explain. This is the diagram I am copying. Right. See this? I need to create 3 variables like this. I need to create 3 variables. Right. Now, what are the variables I need to create here? One variable name is roll number. Second variable name is student name. Third variable name is course name. Right. Now, in roll number, what you are going to store? 501. 501 is nothing but integer. Am I right? Number is also called as integer. So it is called integer. What you stored in the S name? Ravi. Ravi means integer, character, float, double. What is this? It is character. Alphabets are nothing but characters, no? So it is character. So whenever you write a character S name, it allows to store only one character. But you stored 4 letters, no? To store group of characters, you have to specify how much letters you want to store. 40. So what is the meaning of this one? Inside this container, you can store up to 40 letters. Suppose I said 100. 100 means it allowed to store 100 letters. Right. Course name. What is there inside the course? CSC. CSC means what is the data type? It is also character. So whenever you specify character, it allowed to store single character. Now, is it having singular group of characters? Then what to do? We have to mention the size of the course name. It allowed to store up to 40 characters. It allow to store only 40 characters. It allow to store up to 100 characters. So in this way, you have to create the variables. Now, my dear friends, these three are the examples to create the variables. Now tell me syntax. Syntax means how to write this, how to create variables. First of all, you need to specify the integer, character. What are these? These are nothing but data types. Am I right? You need to specify the data type. Then roll number. What is the roll number? Name of this variable. What is the S name? Name of this variable. What is C name? Name of this variable. Then you need to specify the name of variable or variable name you need to mention. Variable name. It is a syntax. It is the example. Now, my dear friends, tell me how to create a variable with the help of data type and with the help of variable name. You can create a variable. So we can create or declare both the same, both are same. Declare the variables with the help of what we required, with the help of data type we required, and name of the variable. Variable name also we required. Variable name. With the help of data type and with the help of variable name, we can create the variables. We can create the variables. Right? This is the thing we have to remember. Right? My dear friends. Then, while naming the variables, we have to follow some rules and regulations. What are the rules we have to follow? Rules of variables. Those are called as scope rules. Scope rules of variables. Scope rules of variables. What are the rules we have to follow while naming a variable? There are some rules. 5 rules are there. First rule is the name must always begin with alphabet or underscore. Means I will explain with the table. Valid and invalid. I am taking 2 columns. Here I am going to mention the variable names, valid names. Valid variables. Here I am going to explain invalid variables. You can create a variable name like this, number 1. But first number, it is wrong. First number, you cannot name a variable like this. Why? Because it must begin with alphabet or underscore also it can start. Underscore number 1. It is also okay. Why? Because the first letter should be alphabet or underscore, but it should not be a digit. That one you have to remember, right? So, what is the first rule? First rule is name must begins with alphabets or underscore. You can begin with alphabet or you can begin with underscore, but you should not begin with other than these two, alphabet or underscore. These two are valid. Other than these two, it is invalid. Now, second one. Number 1, it is also invalid. Why? Because you should not give space. Space also doesn't allow. So, it doesn't allow spaces. It doesn't allow spaces. Now, it is also not valid. Number -1. Here, no space. Even though it is invalid. Why? Because except underscore, you should not use any special symbol. So, it doesn't allow symbol, special character, except underscore. You can use underscore, but except underscore, you cannot use. Except underscore. Now it is okay. Number underscore 1, it is okay. But number -1, number +1, number @ 1, it is not okay. Right. Next one. You cannot write integer as variable name, character as variable name. Why? Because these are the reserved names. These are the keywords. Keywords cannot be used as variable names. So it should not be a keyword. It should not be a keyword. You cannot use keywords as variable names. The length of the variable name should not exceed 32 characters. Length of variable name should not exceed 32 characters. So we have to follow these rules while creating a variable. While creating the variables, you have to follow these rules. 5 rules you have to follow. Right. This one. My dear friends, note on this. Note it down from here. My dear friends, note on this. Can I scroll down? Lasya? Right, my dear friends. After completion of writing, you can leave from the class. Tomorrow I will, sorry, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, there is no class. The classes is always from Monday to Friday, right? So the next class will be on Monday. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave from the class. Right. Thank you, friends. Good night.